Hello and welcome to Running with Rainbows. My name is Maya Larson and I'm your friendly neighborhood artist here on Substack. So today I am having fun creating just some abstract style florals. The backgrounds are done in black and white. So if you wanted to create something similar, all you need to do is get your canvas and on the white surface mix up some black and white paint. And you can work in spirals, you could work in stripes, you could work in, as I had, just kind of abstract, haphazard, and get some fun contrast in the background. And then I'm going to come in with some light, high-key colors, some pastel pinks, some whites, some yellow greens, some deeper greens. I am using my hand mold paints here, so on the surface of my palette I've got some natural earth paint scarlet red, I've got some brilliant yellow, I have some yellow ochre, emerald green, French turquoise, and ultramarine blue. I love making my own paints, as you know. If you're curious about how to go about doing so, I invite you to watch January's classes. There is an entire workshop available here on Substack if you'd like to learn to make your own acrylic or watercolor paint using natural earth paint products. January features 4 weeks of videos and articles, and there is also a digital PDF download on Etsy called Color Wonder, and it's the workbook that you can get and use to accompany you on your journey. So feel free to DM if you have any questions in that regard. February we had some fun. We featured the art and short story about Pamela Coleman Smith, the iconic female partner in the Rider-Waite tarot deck that came about in the early part of the 21st century. So that was a lot of fun. I had a great time creating the liminal landscapes where we did a graphite tracing of our own selfie or portrait into a landscape watercolor. That was a lot of fun, so that's available as well. There is a free guided paint along for a liminal landscape, a magical meadow if you will, that I did just recently that's available for free. So there's a lot available for you if you are looking for a creative kind of coach to run alongside you as you work independently in your own style and materials at home. Sometimes we don't necessarily look for art instruction that is step by step, but that is more inspired. That kind of sounds egotistical, so let me rephrase that. Not inspired, but just working with like a friend. I know of some friends of mine here and locally. We're hoping to get together more and paint together, but life is just busy. I have 2 teenage children. One is in university, so not a teen, she's a young adult, and a teen son. And I always hope to get together and paint with other people, but it just never always kind of comes about, or it's few and far between, which is great. I appreciate my opportunities, but so I rely heavily on the online world and online artists and communities online that I trust, where I can kind of just paint along and maybe do my own thing, but I feel like I'm connected. I'm not isolated in my own head. I'm inspired by the works of other people. I feel open. I can create my own direction instead of being restricted by the direction of others. Or, you know, sometimes when you're working with good friends, you might want to explore one idea, they want to explore something else, and that just sort of ruins the vibe of getting along and getting together and painting. So online art communities are a fun way to sort of satisfy that need to be engaged and involved with others in pursuit of what we're looking for and inspired by, and you know, learn from the experience of others. There's lots of other wonderful communities, but I am so grateful for the ones I've got here on Substack. You guys are awesome. I love listening to your experiences or via reading the messages. I love seeing it when you share your work, so feel free to share if you're ever in the state of mind where you would like to. You can share it here on Substack. There's a private members only chat thread available, so you can post there without public eyes, or of course you can just share it on Instagram or on Substack and tag Running with Rainbows or at Maya Paints. Those are both me. So here, this is what I meant by creating a black and white sort of high contrast background. It's dry now. I'm coming in here with a white fan brush and I'm just making marks. One of the things that I've observed over the last, say, 8 weeks or so, I've been doing some in-person workshops, and through a little bit of a scheduling snafu, I ended up teaching 7 days a week, which was a lot. So I'm on my way out of that commitment now, which is wonderful. And I really enjoyed it despite feeling a bit stretched. But having students with various skill sets, different age groups being in the same class was a real eye-opener. I wouldn't change it, but you got to be able to learn from those moments, or it could end up being a lot of emotional change, right? So being flexible with that is not something I struggle with. So I had a lot of fun addressing the issues that, say, students with less art behind them versus ones that were more confident to explore their own ideas. That was really great to see people who felt more confident helping coach folks that weren't feeling more confident. So it wasn't just sort of teacher only. I love that community when people come together and can help each other find, that feeling of connectedness, because it is always a bit shocking when somebody doesn't like what they make, because I feel like in today's art world, with all the social media and all the art you can be exposed to, that we still struggle and feel that, oh, my art isn't good enough, or it's not meeting what's in my head. And I've been there, I have that, I still have that, but I have learned to find where I excel. So you guys are definitely seeing where I, my own niches. I love the abstract, I love the expressionist art, I love impressionism. I'm not hyper realistic. I'm not, teaching you guys how to sketch buildings. I'm not teaching you how to make things look real. That's not my strength. I love it, and if you can do that, yay. But that's just not where I shine. So, teaching what you shine is probably your best bet anyway. Sharing and imparting with others what makes you happy, you can never go wrong. So, that is what I offer you guys. I definitely like to offer you guys a guided tour through the art process, so it's not completely step by step, but you do have a lot of freedom to add those parts of yourself. Like for me, when I'm teaching, I'm always kind of that enjoyed art class so much, but always would have liked to do a second one with this in mind, or using a little bit of a different color, but never did I ever feel like I didn't like my art. So it's always been kind of a learning experience for helping coach people out of that feeling. I don't think it's actually connected to their art, but I think it's connected to their idea of meeting an expectation within. And one of the fast, fun ways we found around it at one of my recent classes was getting older folks, especially, like, I'm 50, so when I say older folks, I'm not being, rude, but folks who are not used to relying on their phone for inspiration. Even at my age, because I'm an artist, I love my phone. I love Google. I love that I don't have to hit up an encyclopedia. I miss living at the library, to be honest, going in and looking up for information and inspiration. But that's become a different visit now. But now, if I need inspiration for art, aside from using my own phone to take pictures, I can find it on the internet. So it was just a matter of explaining, look up expressionist art. Okay, that's the picture. Click on all, look at the images, and just giving that person a resource. So when they're bored and they're scrolling, instead of just random, and I think a lot of people who aren't living on their phones maybe don't know that you can tailor that algorithm a little bit so that what you're seeing is a little bit more reflective of what you want to see instead of just what's there. So once we got her phone tweaked and sort of reset, she could see landscapes and start to understand that art isn't necessarily about putting what's exactly in your head. Sometimes it's a backwards process of putting color on there and seeing what's in the color, and then working from sort of like a middle of a conversation almost. Like, you've got to get some chaos, you got to have some background, right? So flowers are lovely to start with, and landscapes more so when you're ready to look at order in your work. But I feel like beautiful impressionist, expressionist flowers are a great warm-up for the eye so that you're ready to receive more beauty. So I hope you guys have had fun just sitting and listening to me chat and paint today. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your March. There'll be new classes coming in April. I'm so excited to bring them to you. I hope you guys will share your work. If you do, please tag me. I would love to see it. Have a great day.